My beef with Lebron James. In America, we have constitutional rights, and it's a privilege. It's not a privilege in America, I'm talking about in global scale. Not many countries have this kind of rights. We have freedom of speech, press, religion, assembly. And in the Constitution says there shall be no constitution for these rights to be infringed. We have the Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, these are really important. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. You cannot self-incriminate yourself on court. You could plead the Fifth. We have 11th, 12th, and 13th Amendments. And today's Juneteenth. We don't have slavery. You want to live in the past. The world thought that slavery was okay, and so did Europe in the 1400s. Unfortunately, they brought in slaves, which, shortly after Declaration of Independence, America realized that, this is not okay. America is the most progressive country in the world. Again, America is the most progressive country in the world. If you don't think so, challenge me. I challenge you, find a country that is more progressive than America. Get yourself a passport, first of all. Second of all, China may have these rights, but it's not enforced. You don't have right to assembly or protest. You don't have freedom of speech. There's gulags that make you disappear. They don't enforce contracts that they only enforce contracts that benefits them, and vice versa, opposite for not enforcing it. They don't enforce it if it benefits it also, which leads to the SAR contract, which guaranteed Hong Kong their own system. They broke that system, and they said, well, that was a very old contract, and you guys mind your own business. And when England said, well, we're taking in Hong Kong refugees, they say, well, you need to enforce the SAR contract. So they're hypocrites. That the world is not gold. Even like if you're small, you work in a company, they don't, which I want to talk about in another video, and my experience in working in China. So which leads to, you see these protesters in 2019, 1.5 million, and then 2.1 million protesters, peaceful protesters. One, they were tarnished, and they were called terrorists and rioters. Whereas LeBron James, you know, he needs to be educated. If I see him, I will take time to educate him. Hunger for money to say, shut up and dribble. Freedom of speech is important, but you don't know who you're hurting. No, what you said was very, very, very damaging. And insult to injury, during the George Floyd protest, he's the first person to go, oh, I'm going to speak up. Wait a minute. You more power to you, of course. You should speak up, but you're a tanky. And if you don't know what's a tanky, is the person who bows towards the authoritarian regime and to protect his money, or for a financial gain. LeBron James, he's not cool. I don't care about his injury faking personality or whatever. That's not that much. That's not that important. And this is about people, courageous people, who went out and protest, knowing that their life could be in danger, knowing that getting hit with rubber bullets and tear gas, they got picked up in the hospital and got arrested, thrown to jail. So what he did was not okay. I know this is long overdue and it's very late, but I had to make a video on and speak out about it. This is not okay. And if you're on the right side of history, you shouldn't have this position. And I don't think any company in the world should bow towards this authoritarian regime for money, because it's not in solid grounds. It'll go away. They're not going to be loyal to you. They'll find an excuse to kick these companies out and deal locally. They're making a big mistake. Ask H&M, Nike. LeBron James, I hope you see my video. You're wrong. You need to be educated.